Part two. What's a part one without a part two? We're back. So we're just going to start off where we left off. Okay. So if this doesn't make sense, then go back and watch the part one and then come watch the part two. But yeah, so something about you though, as far as this person, it's like there's something about you that you can see, through people, through what by like their eyes or whatever. You can see into the soul of other people. And see, one thing about you is your purpose and your light. And then not only that, but you also this high priestess. Not only that, but guess what? You are here to tell the truth. You are that siren. So this is part of your purpose. You are here to attract the narcissists that are trying to come up after you, and you have to be able to be spiritually able to see them. And with the high priestess, she's gonna see a whole bunch of shit, but she ain't saying nothing. But when she do talk, hunty, let me tell you something. She talking about how somebody was trying to beat somebody down, trying to be so arrogant and trying to manipulate the situation. Yes, and how they was trying to get somebody to move. But if it wasn't for the grace of God, hello, this is why somebody is so protected. If it wasn't for the grace of God. Hey J Mike. Hey Red Violet. You know, See, somebody wanted you to be sick. They wanted you to lose everything. And then they wanted to be able to do this and strangle the shit out you without you knowing who was strangling the shit out you. Yes, this person was trying to like flex and show off their authority in front of people. But see, they couldn't get you to bend. They couldn't get you to bow down. They couldn't get you to be like, yes, some boss. Yes, some boss. You was too past that. You was past that. You was too wise for that. You knew what time it was. And whenever you had something to say, baby, best believe you said that shit calm, clear, non-judgmental, but very forceful in your own right. Okay. That's why this person felt like a fool. They felt like a fool, because you knew you got victory over this person, and they knew that you got victory, and they were so upset about it. hmm But see, somebody decided that they was going to try and do something. Like, instead of them being even with you, because it takes, uh, not too much water, not too much sun, not too much wind, not too much, you got to have the right amount for crops to grow. You can't have just too much of one thing or too much of the other, or else it's going to be too hard. But see, somebody they didn't know that you was one of God's favorite children, because what it is you bring this abundance. You're here for abundance. Not only that, you birth these wonderful ideas. This is one of God's children birthing all these wonderful ideas. You are the star. The world, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. And it's like you release your problems, your cares, your concerns to the universe. This is why you are so balanced, because you release them to the universe. You don't sit there and worry about that shit. And this is what brings a tower in someone else's life, because they cannot control you. It's like they cannot control you. And see, something about them having to answer to someone who is a high priest. The high priest is about to give them a little bit of their own justice. They are going to have to meet in front of, whether this is a spirit team, whether this is on the 3D, but they're going to have to answer to this emperor. They're going to have to answer to this person of their willfulness. And see, somebody's going to try and defend themselves, but they're not going to have a leg to stand on. No defense. It's like this person did not want to accept your differences. They didn't want to treat you equal. They didn't want to treat you like you deserve. But the thing is, they didn't realize them choosing not to give to you was the same as them trying to feed a snake. Not a wise decision. Because in God's eyes, you were like Oshun, that true love. And trust me, God is going to do everything that God needs to do to protect your nobility with that swift and fair action. Your life is gravitating towards the good. You're about to find favorable outcome. Somebody tried to cause you some type of loss, but you were brave through this entire situation and ended up defeating someone. And now they have learned a lesson, and so have you. Amos, pretty girl swag. Yeah, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. People are wondering, how do you do what you do? How did you see this? How did you know? You know, and who are you that spirit is going to protect you so that you have this light within you, and you knew what we were doing. Like we could not get this past you. How did you know what we were trying to do to you? How did you know what we were trying to do? And then whenever you talked about it, you put all the shit out there. You didn't, when they say you dropped a dime, baby, you dropped 25 cents. 25.3 cents to be exact. You put it all out there. You was like, hold up. There's still something in the bottom of this tea glass. Hold up. There it is. That's the last drop. You got it all out there, as you should have. As your ass should have. Yes, that was all out there. And Spirit wanted you to take it all out there. That's why it was like you was in the chariot moving forward. Spirit was like, get it out, girl. Get it out, guy. Come on. Say it. Yes, because you know what? You was in your empress mode. You know, you deserve better. And Spirit was about to let all this shit in because you sat there and you didn't say anything for a long time. This is why all this goodness is coming to you, because you saw a whole lot, but you didn't say a whole lot, and you was that in the high priestess energy. Okay, this is somebody now who's going to have to accept their own personal failures. That they was trying to get you to fall down in this, they at the bottom now. Yes, this is somebody who, listen, destruction precedes, construction. This is somebody who has to start all over. They got to start all over from the beginning. They destroyed their life. Now they have to start all over because they have received judgment. The ancestors came in and said, we see what you have been doing. Their life is like they like in that hangman position. They ain't going nowhere. They are not going anywhere. Yes, this is someone. This is somebody who's waiting. This is somebody who's waiting. This is that quiet before the storm. They know something is coming, but they don't know what the fuck is coming, and they're afraid. They're watching everything now. They're looking at everything closely. They're seeing things that they hadn't seen before. I mean, they see everything now. It's almost like they wondering if they got a fourth and fifth and sixth eye. I mean, they seeing everything now. And I'm telling you, this person feels like a fool because you got victory, and this person was trying to not give evenly to you. All they had to do was just give evenly to you and allow you to birth these new ideas because it was within you, and spirit said, let my child speak. Yes, somebody didn't like how you was just so grounded, so kind, so sweet. They was not like that. They didn't like that you brought that and they couldn't have that. So instead, they was gonna try and like feed the fucking snake. And when you took your love away, and spirit made sure that you took your love, your kindness, your help, and everything away, this person is now sitting here looking like stupid, like, oh shit. They on the outside looking like they trying to come in. Looks like this child is hiding behind the door because they are. They don't want anyone to see these little actions of what they did. You know how somebody was now trying to release their problems or nothing like that. They were still trying to keep that shit going. You know. And they don't like it how you spoke about it. You spoke about the abuse, about the control. You spoke about it. This is whenever this person decided that they was going to try and make you lose something. They was going to try and strangle you from within. You wasn't going to be able to see what the fuck they was doing. Shit. That's why they had to go sit their ass down. That's why they getting that destruction. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm. See, this is somebody's realizing it is because of their own actions, what they decided to do. This is what they wanted to do. This is why things are ending for them because of their own actions. They did not expect this death to come as soon as it did. This is like a wild card. This is an extreme and unexpected ending. This is that person. The person. They just that unexpected. Okay, I'm gonna go down the street. I'm gonna go to the gas station. I'll be right back, and they never come back because something happened and they're no longer here. One of them, whether that's a job, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a whatever, all because somebody was in their pride. They wanted to cause this star some challenges. That was it. All because somebody wanted to be in that devilish energy. How's that devilish energy feel? Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. And this is somebody that's kind of trying to think right now what they should do, about this situation. Somebody, or, they're trying to think about what they got to do because maybe they're confused, maybe they did something. And not only did they do something, but they got some communication, an email, a text, something. And maybe this person is kind of confused about, wait a minute, what's going on? And maybe their actions are getting ready to catch up to them. Hey, Bragsy. Hey, Nautilus 100. How are you? Yeah, somebody said, they just kind of want to talk to them about something. They want to, find out what's going on. They just kind of want to see what's going on, but they're not telling them everything. They're not bringing out what they really want to talk to them about. They just, I just have some questions because I talked to Marsha, and Marsha has said such and such and such. So I just kind of want to find out because, see, there's some information that they know that somebody hasn't shared with them. There's a lot of information that they know that somebody hasn't shared with them. How somebody was left out in the cold. How somebody, they knew that this, that, and the other, and they was confused, and they have these questions, and how. So, plus they found out about some type of communication. Somebody can't sleep. They're not really sure what was so important that they possibly, want to talk to them about. It should be like business like no usual, right? I mean, yeah, it should be business as usual, right? I mean, she's in charge. These are the people that's trying to get ahead, fighting for her attention. Like, did somebody have something to say? Like, she's kind of confused, and then she's wondering, I wonder if. It's like one of those. I wonder if, and then you kind of try and brush it away, like, nah, it's not it. Yeah. Come to find out, that's exactly what it is. Somebody wasn't, being the person that they're supposed to be in this relationship. And there's justice that needs to be had. Maybe this could be between a Gemini and a Libra. But Whatever this is, it has to deal with a lot of money and someone's path, or the path that someone chose. Confirmation if you heard that horn. And see, like I said, someone is able to look at an email or some type of other information, work related, and see something that's going on. And so they made a judgment call that is in the best interest of all parties involved. But they made a judgment call, and that's what they want to talk to them about. So somebody's thinking about you, but there's no way that you know about these opportunities that were held back. You weren't there, you wasn't part of there's no way. And so it's kind of like a concern when the conversation comes up at exactly about, who else was given the opportunities instead of you. So someone is asking these questions. Do you understand, the position that this puts us in? Do you understand how this makes us look? Like we're just that type of place, company, group, whatever, family. How somebody could just go in and just do this callously and not give a damn. I feel like somebody was trying to maybe do something to help somebody, like somebody helped them in the past. Like somebody that they worked for showed them favoritism because of whatever. Maybe they had a speech impediment. Maybe they had a lazy eye. Maybe they, had, I don't know, whatever. So, for whatever reason, somebody had pity on them. And so they chose that whenever they said, okay, well, I'm going to help somebody else out. But what they're doing is they're not really helping the other person out. They're just giving them favoritism, and they're allowing this person to go in and act reckless, doing all this dumb shit, but you rewarding them for dumb shit because it's like they're turning this person into a fucking flying monkey. And then, like I said, they're just, and this person is sitting here just acting like a fool, taking all these risks, creating all these, throwing all this magic and doing all this other bullshit. But it's like when it came to you, you saw what someone was trying to do to you. You sensed it come. You sensed the tide changing before the tide changed, you sensed it. Your foot was already well above. You could sense anything. This person is standing on land. They got to wait for the water to get to them. You was already right above the water. So you already sensed the tide was changing. You already knew that this person was trying to, bring you to your knees when it came to you having any type of opportunity, increasing money, good words said about you, and they were trying to ruin your reputation. You knew that they were sitting here promising all, making all these empty promises to other coworkers or other people to get them to go along with the plan and the program. But see, stupid them. What they didn't realize is they was somebody was sent to read all that shit, and they read all that shit, all this incriminating shit. How they plan to have you so overburdened and everything. It's like somebody was so secure in themselves that they decided just to go ahead and send these messages out. So whether they were sent, email, instant message, whatever, they saw the plan to end your career, to end your home life, to end you. All because they was jealous of you, the star. They wanted to hurt you. But didn't turn out in their favor. Did not turn out in their favor. As fortune would have it. Didn't see this one was over. Told you. Nope. That's a big negatory. Yeah, somebody was trying to lie on you, to your company, to your boss, to the higher up. They was trying to put something really bad in your record. And that shit was stopped. Uh-oh. And so was their shit. Stopped. They've been doing this shit for a long time. Over and over. They have tried to control people's lives to make them have to start over again, have to have a new beginning, have to go somewhere else. And this is what this person is finding out. They're starting to look back at past communications. They see who the real troublemaker is. They see who's really doing what. And they see who's the one who's been defending themselves. You just been defending yourselves and going on about your business. Yeah. And then they see that there was people they was trying to gather around and build up this, that, and the other, and work with to build a case against you. And they thought they was getting ready to do something. They thought they had you confused. They thought that you didn't see who they was. But not only did you see who they were, everything, like I said, all the emails, all the plans, everything, how they was going to take you down. Not only did you see who they were, but the company saw who they were too. How they plotted and planned against you. They saw who they were too. And how they plotted and planned against you. Now somebody wants to bring an apology. Now they want to bring an apology because the big boss said, no, 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 we got to have us a sit down, grown folk, eye to eye talk. In fact, I don't want to do this over the internet. I want to see you in person. Can you be here in 45 minutes? Mm-hmm. Because somebody want to know about this shit. This shit that they was planning. On the low low. Because see, what we got here is we got the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles. See, the Emperor knows there was some information that was not provided, but we got the Seven of Pentacles, we got the Seven of Cups, we got the Seven of Swords, and we got the Five of Swords. So those three sevens, there was some spiritual protection right there. Somebody's little plot and plan to confuse you and lie about you and discredit you and tarnish your name. That shit was spoiled because they see exactly who was behind the shit. That's why the boss said, so this the company, this the boss said, no, 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 no. I'm going to need to see you in my office. Let's meet face to face. I'm going to need you to come into the office and work. And bring all your shit with you. Mm-hmm. Yes, they know. Because see, they heard about it. They felt like, you know what? They found out about somebody being scapegoated, left out, whatever. They did this investigation. They see that, you don't mess with nobody. You're very independent. You do this, you do that, you're very balanced. You're responsible. You've been there for a long time. That, you got a good record and this, that, and the other. They don't see nothing wrong with you. Nothing. And then the only thing that you was asking to defend yourself was be taken to a different team. That was it. That was it. But it was the shit that you said that was so strong. That meant like somebody was trying to really take you down, gaslight you, hurt you, harm you, and they could see that this was happening. That's when they said, oh, wait a minute. We see what's happening now. Somebody's trying to create a situation because this ain't the first time we've heard this same information. This ain't the first time somebody been given this tip before. About this same Queen of Wands. This is a habitual bully. A habitual bully. Bitch being the key word. Being the fluffer. Habitual bully. What's the message? Hey, LJ, how are you? I am good. How are you doing today? What's the message? Hey, Island Girl. What is the message? Anything else from the stack? Okay. Yeah. But you can just rest your mind. You don't have to worry about anything. You really don't. Yeah, because you know what? This been a long time coming. This has been a long time coming. Somebody been doing this for a long time, and then it's catching up with them. This been coming in. Okay, this been coming in. Yes. And now this person is upset because you know what, they found out that they was messing with an earth angel. Okay. They was that not only was they messing with an earth angel, but they was trying to stop somebody's beginnings. They was trying to stop somebody's purpose. That's whenever spirit said, oh no, we got to sit your ass down. So spirit said, okay, spirit is getting ready to separate this person, send them on their way. And this person has like a 10-year struggle. This is them getting the generational curse. This is them getting a generational curse. This is them putting this burden on their lineage. Single-handedly deciding, as a fool, deciding to put this burden on their lineage, all because they want to speak illy of an earth angel, and they were sitting here lying and acting like the biggest devil to you, lying about you purposely, when you're not out here doing nothing except what it is that you need to do, what God has asked you to do. Mm-hmm. People are like looking at this person and they like holding back from this person. They really don't want to talk to this person because they see what they've done. I'm telling you, this person feels like everybody is looking at them. Everybody is talking about them. They feel so broken hurt. They feel trapped. They just feel like nobody really wants to deal with them because it's the company. Not only did they do an investigation on them, but they did an investigation on the people that they worked with because they said, you know what? It's bad enough that you did it, that you did it. But she didn't spoke her truth and came with documented truth, positive proof, you know. So it's like, yeah, no, And at first somebody said they wasn't sure what she was going to say or whatever, but then she started talking about how she was having to defend herself. And like I said, and that communication came in, that's when somebody knew that it was time for somebody to have to leave. It was time for somebody to have to leave. This is that instant karma, 2 8s. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Spirits guiding this person away from here. Whatever project they were on, whatever money this person thought that they had, that shit is over. All because somebody was trying to control and stop your happiness. But see, what they don't realize is you're going to get it anyway. You're going to get it anyway. You're going to get the prize. You know, they're going to come and they're going to make this offer to you. They're going to make this offer to you. And you're going to intuitively know that this is something that's going to change your entire life. You know, this is a time whenever it's like you are receiving what is due to you. You know, somebody did a curse on you in the past, a long time ago, maybe when you was a child. But see, you healed from that past, and not only healed from that past, but you returned that curse to them. And now it's this person that is fighting their own battles and their own struggles and having to deal with spirit. And that it's like, or if this is the company, the companies watching them, looking at them as being the trouble shit starter. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Everything changed. The wheel of fortune, I'm telling you. Somebody was trying to cause you some pain. But that investigation showed it because of their communication, that their plans to really do you dirty, you know? But you felt it. You felt it, and you wasn't the only one. This is a repeating cycle for somebody. This is something that somebody has done over and over and over again to anybody that they consider more beautiful than them, the more, productive, whether they look better, whatever. But this is something that somebody, instead of them healing themselves, they chose to go after somebody else. But now, like I said, this time around it's different. This time it's like they got the right communication, they got the right information, and now it's time for this person to leave. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody, they by themselves. They are by themselves. Yeah, this person, they feel foolish for this action that they took. They were so sure that they was in control of everything that was going on, and they was going to have their way. They was going to make sure they had their way. They was going to put you in a bind that you could not get out of. You was going to be beholden to them. You was going to be asking them for mercy. Well, lo and behold, them and everybody that worked with them, they saw all them snakes. Imagine that. Yeah. Read all about those diabolical plans. How they was gonna do this, they was gonna create this situation and that situation and blah blah blah, trying to get a rise out of you. Because they ain't got shit else to do. But you felt it. You sensed it. You knew what time it was. That's why Spirit said, you don't even have to worry about that shit. They you know what, whenever you just didn't understand why they was doing it. You just didn't understand why they was doing it. But now you about to find out it's because of jealousy. That's it. Just jealousy. And it's going to be shown to you or proven to you by the emails. Just jealousy. That's got to be one hell of a drug. Jealousy to go that damn far. Come on now. Like, seriously? Like, seriously? To each his own. Yeah. But somebody, they've been manifesting for a while now. They haven't been given equally, doing their thing. Somebody, they need to be grounded. They need to be humbled. They need to be, and somebody's about to be found out. Yes, their little secrets are be revealed. Then they want to act all sad. Now they want to act like, well, I need help. I need some counseling. They're going to be like, what? Counseling? Bitch, after you done burnt the whole shit down to the ground, now you talking about you need counseling? You need counseling because your shit was found out. Not because you decided that, hey, I got a problem, I need to stop. No, no, fuck no, no. They was like, no, no, bye, bye. Close the door behind you, close the door behind you. You know, hell no, because somebody's life is crumbling, and they want to feel safe now. Yeah, after having all their minions around them, being mad at you for no damn reason, just because you look good in the color blue or some stupid shit like that. Yeah, I hate when she put that fuchsia lipstick on. You see them glasses that red by the way? I hate those. I hate those. I can't stand her. She wears those shit on purpose just to agitate and aggravate me. She knows I'll be giving her the evil eye when she wear them glasses. Take them shits off. Hey girl, how you doing? I see you got them glasses on again. I told you. Yeah. See, somebody realizing that the reason that they don't like you is because the way you shine. And they don't feel like they got that same shine. They don't. Shit, just admit it. Just admit it. Hey, Black Beauty. Yeah, jealousy is a hell of a drug. Yes. Right. Ugly don't play. Right. Ugly. What'd you say? Ugly don't pay. Right. What's the message? Yeah, all this. Somebody had these secret desires, and maybe it was a desire to be like you. But it's like, who wants to be like somebody else? Except for kids, children. I have a secret desire to be myself. Somebody needs to wake up to that. That they need to have a secret desire to be them, not someone else. Not, this is someone. It's like there was this fire within them, and they weren't grounded. They didn't know which way they was going. They didn't know what their reality was. This is somebody who would make up shit, say it out loud, and then act like they believe the shit that they just made up. Some goofy, corny shit like that. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. See, everybody's seeing exactly what this person was doing, them and their little minions. Everybody's seeing everything that they was desiring to do to you and how they was showing out. And they was getting their kicks out of it. They was getting pleasure out of it, not knowing that they was dealing with a spiritual gangster. Not knowing that they was dealing with a spiritual gangster. You was prepared to get down, and you spoke up for yourself. You was like, excuse me. Nancy, can I see you in the break room? Yes, I mean Nancy. It's like, yeah. See, these people didn't believe that you was on a different purpose, on a different path. It had nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. In fact, everything that they were trying to take you through, you had already been through. You used to do that shit back in the day to other people. So you already knew what the fuck it was. Come on now. See, they sitting here trying to betray you because you not trying to be part of their gang. Fuck that. You here on a totally different mission. So they can betray you all they want to betray you because you already knew in the end you're only betraying yourself. You're not hurting me. You're pushing me to greatness. You're pushing me to better, but you're building karma up for yourself and you're only hurting you. This is one of those things that you know, the Bible touches, and the Bible tells me so. Okay, this is not rocket science. You know, it was time for someone. It was time for someone to see, for everyone to see someone for exactly who they were, exactly how they like to get down. It was time for people to see exactly what people used to do to creatively take from, give less than, provide more than, or whatever to someone else. How they was not being fair and the little schemes that they did, but they didn't know that you could see them. They just couldn't see you. Now they feel ashamed. Like I said, now they feel ashamed. Now they're like, I need counseling. I need another chance. Okay, I need just to go to counseling. I'm gonna check myself in. No, I'm gonna keep my job. I'm gonna check myself in. I'm gonna go to counseling for a year and get the deep counseling. And then I'm gonna come back and get my job back, right? They're like, no, baby, it don't work like that. Now we encourage you to go get that counseling so you don't do this stupid shit ass again. But this is where we gonna draw the line. Now, we already went through the policy guideline handbook 12 times before you just said this last thing. So we're not about to do it a 13th time. But no, we had to cross, we had to put a line in the sand, and this was that line, and you brought the sand. Mhm. Somebody understands that, you know what, they should have humbled themselves. They were so busy trying to humble you. They should have humbled themselves. And all they did was allow you, or allow spirit to move you up to another level, to another position, to something with more responsibility. That's all they did, was bless you beyond measure. Now this person, they want this forgiveness, which they should, and they should forgive themselves. But they are in this state of grief as well, because they know that what they did to you and many other people before you should never have been done. Everyone can see who they are and why they did it. And now they're starting to see it's because they don't really know who they are. Everyone can see it's like this is somebody who wears a lot of masks, creates a lot of chaos, causes a lot of problems, but yet doesn't even really know who they are. That's why they cause a lot of problems. That's why they wear a lot of masks. That's why they create a lot of chaos. Because they haven't gone through that dark night of the soul. They have not ascended. And they see that you have. Yeah, somebody, they thought that they was getting ready to get some good juju. They thought they was getting ready to harvest some good juju and joy I don't think so. I don't think so. Spirit said, as you give, so shall you receive. It was time for you to come and do your job. It was time for you to come and finish your mission. It was time for you to show everyone who was doing what, and for this person to be held accountable, and for what they was trying to create. It was time for you to be able to create a safe space for people that still need to be there, and then for someone to understand that they need to deal with their own rage. And their own rage is because they don't know how to love. As you give, you shall receive. Like they say, if you want people to have nice things to say about you, then you need to treat them nicely. What's the message? Yeah, somebody's depressed. They need balance. They was told to leave now. They was told to leave now. They said, no, we just need you to leave right now. Mm-hmm. See, the karmic showed them better than you could tell. Mm-hmm. See, this is somebody that didn't realize that you were a queen or a king. But this is time for them to transform for the better. All right? It was time for a change. This is somebody who is trying to blood bomb you. And it's like they didn't like you because of your beauty and your wealth or something. Mm-hmm. None of their negative plans ever work. Yeah, because they needed to start with that first house of self. This is somebody who is obsessed with you. And right now, they cannot tune into your energy. They can't get into your energy. This is somebody who is a Jezebel, a player, and they lost it all because they refused to change. This is somebody who is very toxic. Very toxic. Mm-hmm. See, your truth led to your success, and that leads to victory. It's like there's no need for you to lie. Lie about what? Here it is. It's all in black and white. Here it is. What's the message there? Anything else? Yeah, somebody wanted you to play the fool. He was like, you play the fool. How about that one? I know you ashamed. Play the fool. Two of these and one of these. Yeah, it could have been an earth sign. Somebody, you need to share your story. You need to tell people what's going on. And remember that we're not here alone in a 3D, the strongest of us have already gone through hell, and see, we had to do it alone in order to grow. So they have to do it alone in order to grow. Now someone, one of those flying monkeys, they got a whole new understanding of the word friends. Because they're going to understand them friends ain't going to get you in trouble. They're not going to encourage you to do some fuck shit. Let's gang up on, let's bully, let's scapegoat, let's black sheep, let's do some dumb shit. That's not your friend. That's your show enough enemy. What else, Spirit? Something about they want to date you. Maybe they're attracted to you. Maybe that's why they was doing this stupid stuff. But it's like, you need to use your words then. Shit. I'll be trying to come for my damn job. Shit. Just ask me what I'm doing on Friday. Damn. Shit. That's too aggressive. What else, Spirit? Yep. Somebody should have did some research about you before they just went ahead and jumped off the cliff. Now this person, they got to be a part of their own rescue. But this is the same person that always plays victim. You know what? They pop pills. They got problems. They pop pills. They always talking about some in theory, like a conspiracy or some shit, and you have to tell this person, will you just please put that shit to rest? You have to put it to rest too by standing your ground, and trust me, they do not know how to get down. This is why they cannot wear this crown. And this is somebody who was doing something to you. Now they got to think it was good enough for you, so it's got to be good enough for them. You're not the only one who, you bleed the same color blood that I got, the same color. We ain't get no different color blood. What's the message? Whatever they was doing, that was not cool. That's when you knew you was not around these friends, because you was like, who are all these people? Yeah, and they wanted to confuse you. Yeah, but they all notice that they can't take you out. You like a candle in the wind. They can't blow you out. They can't snuff you out. They can't put you out. Nothing. And all of them is obsessed with you. So strut when you walk. Hey, Devery, how are you? Yes, stupid stuff is a turn off for show. Yes, get excited about your new beginning. It may be haunted. Now they want to push the panic button. I told you, now somebody want to go like, I need counseling, I need help because I got a problem, but too late. They already gave their word that they was cool before they started doing that fuck shit to you. They can't get found out that they was doing fuck shit to you. And now they want to sit there and go, I think I got a problem. No. You say you go to the employer before they bust you doing cocaine on the job while you supposed to be driving the bus, and you sitting there got the shit all up on the windshield, or the dashboard. You tell your employer before they come on the bus and be like, that's not snow from outside. Okay. You tell your employer, hey, I got a problem. Every day, 5:00, I'm noticing that I got this whole line, and they like, you know what? We're glad you said something. Go get you some some help. Don't worry, your job is safe with us. But they come up on that bus and it's like, hold up. Is this? Yep, it sure the fuck is. This that shit. Yeah, no, you don't get to keep your damn job. Okay, so then it's too late. You busted. You can't blame this shit on no damn childhood drama or no trauma. It's too late. The bus inspector girl. What's the message? Mm-hmm. See, now somebody is spiteful, but that's too bad because they trapped themselves. You know, you the key. Mm-hmm. One of those people had some prophetic dreams. They saw it was coming. They was wondering, Karma and Pandora or BFFs. Yes, indeed. What's the message? Mm-hmm. It's time for somebody to get on their spiritual journey. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Anything else? Yeah. You saw through this person. You saw through this person. And then on top of that, they was blessing with God's child, okay? Like, come on now. Stop it. Stop it. Pick yourself up off the floor. Have some respect for yourself. Dust yourself out. When's the last time you brushed your teeth? Come on. Shit. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up of here. I'm going to get me something to eat because I can hear my stomach grumbling. I'm not sure if y'all can because I could. Thank you so very much. I love you all. I will look forward to seeing you a little bit later. Bye now.